the Z7 hybrid, the first of its kind. So Kawasaki though has a Z500, a Z650. This motor is from the 500, not the 650, but the difference is this has an electric motor and 13 kilos worth of battery in it, and that's where they call it a hybrid. Now also power wise, of course this has more power than the Z500, but the Z650 power wise is pretty even, but the 650 has more torque than this, which I am really surprised given the torque requirements or capabilities of an electric motor. Let's see if we are ready, us motorcyclists are ready for hybrids. Hi guys, Nothing to Prove here. Today's a beautiful day because any day one can be out on two wheels. This is a beautiful day and I'm on a very interesting proposition today. Hybrid. And is the motorcycling community ready for this? This is what I want to try to answer today amongst other questions. But how is it that they call this a Z7 as I talked about in the intro? But yet it's got the Z500 motor in it, but they added a 13 kilogram battery to it, and then also the electric motor to it. And it would be an interesting proposition. I'll get straight to the point if it was lighter. The problem is you're adding that battery and an electric motor to the Z500. Z500 is a very nice light bike. This is not any longer in that lightweight category. It's in middleweight adventure bike category, in my humble opinion, as far as weight of this bike. So, well, so I want to spend most of the time on the bike, seeing how this thing is in reality in the city, out on a country road, for example, and how is this suspension and transmission. And there is, as you can see here, no clutch. You got paddle shifters here. Here's to go up, here's to go down, and similar to the Honda DCT, you can leave it in full auto. Really, that's what I would attribute it to. But the Honda DCT, especially on the Africa Twin this year, is so much more smooth, elegant, gentle than this. Albeit different price points. This is $13K here in Germany as of the shooting or recording of this video. Whereas the Africa Twin with DCT, you're looking at right around 17, 18 here in Germany. So you got about a $5 difference, but then that's a whole nother animal. That's a big adventure bike and heavier, 250 kilos. So I shouldn't compare that. I need to compare apples to apples. But there is no other naked hybrid motorcycle out there. There is another hybrid because Kawasaki makes in the Ninja format. Also, same price, basic, same everything. I shouldn't say that, but similar to this, and price and everything, and power. So how is this in a little village? Okay, now in a little village, I'm in eco mode, so let's pretend we want to be the most fuel efficient as possible, eco mode. And how is this thing actually doing? Here, turn signal on. I do like the fact that it will go all the way down to first gear by itself if you let it, or you can do it manually. Now going up, but now I don't know what this guy, okay, he's turning left, but here I have to go up, so it will go down automatically, but you have to go into full auto here. Can I get it to go? EV, HEV, okay. Okay. Shoot, ne? It's still running though. Okay, I can feel the electric. So it seems like the motor is just powering the battery. Up there, now it's using more motor. So I think this EV mode, okay, I'll turn around because I have no idea where I am. And the turning radius on this is terrible. For such a long wheel, okay, that's why it's a long wheelbase there. Oh, cool. I am liking that. Okay. I'm getting to know this thing with this powertrain, when the electric motor works and when, here, let's see if it'll shut off. Let me come all the way to a stop here. And, yeah. So now, go. Oh, I don't like how that's shifting. Oh, that's pretty abrupt shifts. Okay. So if you want to use as much battery as possible, yeah, let's just put it in HEV EV mode. You have to be in eco mode and then push this. Yeah, that's interesting. Here's a, let me turn right here. Yeah, it looks like nothing's here. And this will, I'm wondering, here, now let's do a little experiment. Let's come to a stop. Ooh, Mustang 5.0. Okay, it shut off. Now at what speed? So here, hear it? Up there, that was at 19, it turned on, the engine started. Okay, interesting. But in this little village, yeah, you can tell this is the Z500 suspension, non-adjustable front and the rear. I would need a tool. I would loosen up the preload a little bit because it's pretty stiff for my weight. Maybe the last guy that rode it tightened it down a little bit. He was a big boy. Maybe, I'm just assuming. But let's see, let's go back to sport. I want to go back to sport. There we go. Now I'm in charge. This thing is so complicated. You can do so many modes with this thing. It's so complex. I've been on this bike for a half hour and I'm still discovering how to do things. That's how complex this thing is. Okay, I like this sport mode the best because then I can tell it when to shift and when not to shift. If you want to be efficient in riding around in the city and be quiet, this will work. It's charging the battery nicely. You can see it's charging there on the left. There's my actual fuel tank on the right. Non-adjustable front forks, 120 mils, right side up. Yeah, you're seeing they're saving a buck here. You're going to pay $13K for this machine. 300 mil, they didn't skimp there, dual, but they did skimp here. This is 2-piston Nissans instead of 4 on the front. And on the rear, you will see a single piston back here. Man, that's 2 pistons. That is 2 pistons. Wow, my paperwork says that it's 1, but that is 2. And a 250 disc there. And this looks very similar to the Z500. I wonder if this is just identical. So how is this suspension on the street? Let's see how this Z500 suspension handles the extra weight of the battery. And okay, I shouldn't say Z500 because it's a longer chassis, longer wheelbase, and I can feel it in the heftiness of this thing, the extra weight. It feels like a Z500 with a full-size adult male on the back. That's what this feels like. But it's handling this corner nicely, and I like the front brakes, the 2-piston Nissans. The rear brake, nah, I don't like that. Yeah, that's, oh, and the shifting. It's not fun. But overall, for this extra heft on this chassis, okay, once you understand it's the extra weight, then okay, then it's you understand where that is coming from and why. But then you also got to expect that this needs more power, and that's where you need to do the e-boost. Nice finish back here. Still got an oversized can, in my humble opinion, for only a 451cc motor. But the rest, I actually like how they did this up here in the back. It looks pretty good. This seat is $795. Yeah, the passenger's looking pretty skimpy. You need a lightweight passenger, small passenger on here, guys. But $795, that's about par for this. 14 liters. Filled up. This thing weighs, yeah, it's kind of heavy. But the Eco, 3.7 liters per 100 kilometers. Not bad. But the Z500, I think, is pretty close to that. I'll put that up. How is this on a country road? So here, let's do the e-boost, shall we? There, wait, there. Oh, that works. Okay, I do like the e-boost. You got to be at 20% throttle, and yeah, that. I still say the Z650 pulls harder than this, even with the e-boost. There, let's e-boost out of this corner, shall we? And there. Oh, it worked. Okay. Okay, you gotta know where to hit that e-boost. Really? Wow. So what would I say for this engine and transmission and electric motor and battery? For a first attempt at a motorcycle hybrid, it's getting 1 thumb up. Hopefully the second gen, somebody else will be coming out with one. But I with this added weight, I cannot give this thing 2 thumbs up for this powertrain or the suspension for that matter. This is a little disconcerting with this. Here, let's go e-boost and wait. Okay. No, it's not bad. Yeah. You guys see it on my face. I'm like, it needs a little more work. Maybe pair this with the Z650 motor and then put it together with the e-boost. That would be a better package, in my humble opinion, because that is a bulletproof motor that Kawasaki's been making since, what, 2006, I think it is. So yeah, overall, I'm struggling to give this 2 thumbs up, guys. You're looking at the controls here. Yeah, there's a lot here to go in sport mode, eco mode, automatic or manual shifting. Yes, you can be in walk mode. And then also, if you want to switch between electric and hybrid, or just all the way electric, I think that is, and then hybrid mode, and standard over here. And I do not like these mirrors. They are terrible, although they were on par with the Z500. Here, this is a very busy TFT. Here is how much battery you got. You can see the little battery icon down there, and then over here is your fuel tank. And you control all these with these buttons here. And so now it's telling me I can start it. Actually, I can start it here. There. Now it's started. But since the kickstand is down, I can't put it into gear, and I wouldn't want to right now anyway, because I'm not on the bike. Let me kill that. So it's always telling you where to start it right there. And then you have your eco or e-boost here also. This is where I put it into boop, boop, and it gives you a little burst. Is that burst the same or equivalent to the Z650. For a few seconds, it's got more torque than I would say the 650, but after that, no, the 650 will pull on this. That's my humble opinion. It's been a few years since I've been on a Z650, so maybe I have to go check that out. Sounds like a big tractor's going by with these huge tires. Yep. Now, overall, for the money, 13K as of the filming of this here in Germany. That's a lot of money. For a bike this small, although the wheelbase is so long and the turning radius is not very good. It's equivalent to my 1250 RT. So that's what it felt like. I'm like, oh wow. And that's a huge monster of a bike, but yet this will turn like that. So that's, yeah, so there are some caveats to this hybrid bike that still need to be worked out with this first gen. Did Kawasaki do a good job with their first generation? Yes, 2 thumbs way up. But when this thing debuted earlier this year, it was 16K. Now, 3 months later, it's 13K. So they're already discounting this. So if you guys are interested in this, wait a few more months. Maybe they'll come down to 12 or 11K. Still, I would rather get the Z500 for half this price, or even the Z650 for 50% off of this price, easily 50% off here in Germany. So you check with your country, guys. Overall, 2 thumbs up for the first attempt at a hybrid motorcycle. Yeah, I understand it, I get it. Thank you, Kawasaki, for doing this. Are we ready for this though? Nay, I'm not. I can be honest with that. I'm not ready for this amount of complication while riding. Because you really, and you know me guys, I ride 30 different bikes a year and I can hop on any bike and within minutes, if not seconds, go boom, 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 do all the things. This took a good 30 minutes for me to get acclimated to how this works, how that works, because there's so many other things put into this bike. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this review and I've earned your subscription. As always, guys, ride safe and ride like there's nothing to prove. Take care. Cheers.